Hello, friends. This is Dave Hurwitz, executive editor at ClassicsToday.com, here with Vladimir Jurowski's ongoing London Philharmonic series dedicated to Stravinsky, Volume 2. And these have been interesting couplings. I have Volume 3 up here. We're going to be covering that shortly as well, because they've been lots of fun to listen to. This is Stravinsky Does Tchaikovsky, The Fairy's Kiss, and his orchestration of excerpts from Sleeping Beauty, which he did, well, I guess in the 1940s or so. I think that's about when it was, for reduced orchestra, which is rather interesting. Anyway, the bottom line is that Stravinsky and Tchaikovsky had a wonderfully fruitful relationship. Of course, Tchaikovsky was dead. That's why his was good. But Stravinsky, was supposed to be, like a lot of modernists, somebody who spurned and repudiated Tchaikovsky. But Stravinsky didn't feel that way. Stravinsky loved Tchaikovsky, which is very, very interesting because Tchaikovsky is all heart-on-sleeve emotionalism, and Stravinsky is as cold as ice. Oh, my goodness. Music doesn't express anything but music itself, and emotion is no, blah, ick, yuck, and all that. Well, Anyway, remember when Stravinsky had to record music besides Stravinsky, he recorded Tchaikovsky's Second Symphony. And he frequently talked about how marvelous Tchaikovsky's music was. He had a good relationship to his Russian heritage, I think, on the whole, particularly when he wasn't in Russia, because the Russians in Russia were, of course, highly skeptical of Stravinsky's own bona fides as a Russian composer for quite some time. Really kind of an interesting thing. Maybe that's why Stravinsky clung to Tchaikovsky even more closely. He was really eager to demonstrate that he was a true child of Mother Russia. So anyway, we have two works here. The version of Sleeping Beauty, the excerpts from Sleeping Beauty, arranged for smaller orchestra, and they're so sensitively done. Stravinsky's hand is evident. Well, what do you get here? You have the Bluebeard Pas de Deux, and you've got the Aurora's Variation and the Entr'acte in Act 2. And these are all pretty. It's only 12 minutes and 20 seconds of music, but you can hear Stravinsky's hand in the clarity. The super, super crystal clear woodwind writing and whatnot. It's Tchaikovsky. Obviously, it's still Tchaikovsky, but it's Tchaikovsky somehow, well, I don't want to say purified, because Tchaikovsky is certainly not impure, but highlighted in certain very interesting ways. And the performance is lovely. The other thing on this disc is The Fairy's Kiss, Stravinsky's most lengthy homage to Tchaikovsky. And really, I think it's his largest ballet in toto. It's 43 minutes long, all arranged from Tchaikovsky piano works and songs and other goodies, including None But the Lonely Heart, which is the emotional climax of the ballet, one where Stravinsky actually sort of lets himself go a little bit. I've played this work. There's not a lot of percussion stuff in there, a little bass drum stuff and whatnot, but I've done it. The Divertimento, actually. It's lovely, lovely music. It goes to show, Tchaikovsky's piano music has not been all that popular. There was a lot of stuff that Stravinsky could mine because the melodies are absolutely first class. It's just beautiful, beautiful tunes. You could always count on that. And so Stravinsky had his melodic material ready-made, which he usually needed in order to compose. Remember, Stravinsky spent most of his career borrowing other people's tunes in various ways. And so he had a wonderful fund of melody from which to draw, and he designed a very, very attractive ballet. It would make a wonderful second half program on any concert. The only problem is that it ends quietly, of course, which is, a big no-no. But it's lovely, and the performance here is quite beautiful. It's very nicely paced, extremely well played. It's full of charm, and it has, when Tchaikovsky peeks through in various spots, like at that big climax and whatnot, you get a sense that Stravinsky is giving us a little wink and a nod saying, see, I can do it too. It's all there. We are kindred spirits. And you get that sense in this performance. It's a beautiful, beautiful disc. This is developing into a very, very nice series. And it's on the London Philharmonic's own label, LPO. And you really ought to give it a shot if you get a chance, because I think you'll really, really enjoy it. So keep on listening, friends. Thanks for joining me. Take care.